Good evening, St. Anne parents. Welcome to our virtual back to school night, our first ever. It's an unprecedented year, so why not have an unprecedented back to school night? I figure this evening I will go through and give you all a brief overview of what our kindergarten day looks like. And then later in the week, when we meet via Zoom, I can answer any specific questions that you have on at that time. So give me a second here, and I am going to take you to a quick PowerPoint. Here we go. Thank you. All righty. All right, here we go. It's taking a second to pull up. I apologize. All righty, once again, welcome. I wanted to talk to you a little bit about our morning procedure. When our classroom comes in, they enter the classroom and they take off their coats and their backpacks and they place them on a chair that's situated right next to their desk. At that point, they will pull out their folder and put it on their desk. I also ask them to keep their lunchbox in their backpack and place that on their extra chair. Once they've pulled out their folder, I'll come around and I'll grab their folder. And in the meantime, they can use the restroom and they can wash their hands at that point. We wash our hands a lot during the day. Then we do our prayer and our flag salute. We begin the day by talking about Jesus and about his influence on our lives, and with some sweet stories that I think the children enjoy and they can relate to their own lives. And then we do our morning wake up, which is just a paper. You probably see them in their folders that come home. For example, when they're identifying the letter D versus the letter B, or listening for a certain sound. That paper is just really to get them to focus and get ready to start our day. A sample day, we do our morning wake up. Then we work on language arts. Our language arts is pretty much what we call our core class now, because along with language arts, we're also incorporating history into that. We may incorporate nature studies into it, but the basis for this portion is making sure the children are beginning to become readers. After that, we might have a special. We might have computer or music or gym or library. So we have specials on 4 days a week. The special teachers come to our classroom and work with the children in our classroom. The only exception to that would be gym, which is the children leave our room and go outside for gym now that the weather is okay. If it is bad weather, they will stay in the classroom for gym. This is all due to COVID and restrictions. We're just trying to keep everybody together in the same classroom, I should say, socially distanced, but together. When they get back from from special, we'd have snack. And then after that, we would begin our math work. You may notice you're not getting any worksheets home or anything that we're doing in this. It's because the children work out of workbooks for both language arts and for math. Right now in math, we are going through reviewing, learning how to write the numbers. And you'll see that on their homework, which really is reinforcing any skills that we're doing in the classroom. Next, we would have nature studies. Nature studies we have a lot of fun with. I know you've probably heard about how we're talking about autumn. Today, we made larger leaves that we put tissue paper down on to reflect the different colors of the leaves during the fall. And we hung them outside of our classroom, but I'll send them home to you folks pretty soon so you can enjoy them. After nature studies, we would probably go outside and enjoy some time outside. When we do go out, and anytime we leave our classroom, we are using a long rope and everyone has a number that's assigned to them. and they have to hold on to that portion of the rope that has their number on it. The rope is measured with 6-foot increments so that the children are separated anytime we go anywhere. And as we walk around, you might hear this, I say to them, don't make spaghetti. I want the rope straight. I don't want it to bend. So I always tell them, make sure that it's spaghetti and that it's straight. This way ensures proper distancing. After we go outside, we would have lunch. We make sure before lunch or snack that we wash our hands thoroughly. First, we use the restroom, we wash our hands. At that point, we would sit down. I would probably put PBS Kids on. We have been enjoying wild crafts, learning a lot about nature, and also I'm a very big Mr. Rogers fan, so we've been watching Daniel Tiger, just great lessons on being kind to one another. Then we would have recess where the children can play in the classroom. They're given one toy to play with. It might be Lego bricks, and they're all separated so that they aren't exchanging toys or near one another. Following that, all these toys are cleaned on a daily basis to ensure that, you know, we're not passing anything around. And then we also wash our hands after playtime as well. We wash our hands also after lunch. We wash our hands all day long. Then we would have religion. We're learning about how Jesus loves us and just introducing Jesus at this point to the children and how he is your friend. I didn't write on here, we would also be doing our writing program after lunch. Our writing program is where we're going through the different poems. I'm sure you've heard Humpty Dumpty quite a bit, and you might have heard the neat little clock, which I know they practiced at home. The children really enjoy reciting these poems. They have a lot of fun with it. And then at the very, very tail end of the day, I call it teacher's choice. The kids are really tired. I have to say, after lunch, they are tired. It's a long day for little children. So by this point, we may just play with some Play-Doh. We might experiment with some watercolors. We might make a craft, depending on how they're feeling that day. Snack, you folks are doing great. Make sure you keep sending a drink in and a small snack. Lunch, they are also doing well with their lunches. I really appreciate the easy packaging that you send in with them for their different items. Those children who order hot lunch seem to be enjoying it, and it looks really good, I have to say. Birthdays. I know we have some birthdays coming up. If it is your child's birthday, what we're going to be doing is celebrating that child at snack time. We'll sing happy birthday. I ask you not to send anything in right now. Just with COVID, I feel more comfortable just really keeping everything as clean as possible. So, but we'll make sure your child feels special for his or her birthday. If there's some reason you don't want us to sing it or anything like that, just please let me know. Our curriculum. We are beginning reading skills. We are what they call emergent readers, which means that our children are learning the skills to become lifelong readers. We read a lot of rich stories, and the children are learning how to begin to blend letters together. In math, we are working on number skills, beginning computation. We will be doing some addition and subtracting kind of mid-year. Graphing and geometry come up pretty quickly, identifying shapes. We use a lot of manipulatives during math time, but once again, each child has their own baggie that it has their number, or their own cup that's numbered with their own manipulatives. This way there's no cross touching of anything. I talked before that with religion, we talk about how Jesus loves you and wants you to be a good person. 5-year-olds are wonderful people, so we want them to know that they're very, very special people. We also will learn about the saints. We will learn quite a few prayers this year. We will learn a lot of Bible stories. Religion flows all throughout our day. In our nature study portion, we talk about the seasons quite a bit. We talk about the weather on a daily basis. We will definitely talk a lot about plants, which I don't have on here, but we talk a lot about outdoors and plants. We'll also have a unit about space. The children really love nature studies. We'll also include some dinosaurs too, because what kindergartner doesn't love a dinosaur? In history, we study Egypt. You say, why Egypt? Well, Egypt is the cradle of civilization. It's where all civilization began. So we teach the children about how at the beginning of, before people became so civilized, they were nomads, and how the nomads came together in Egypt and formed a civilized group of people, and formed towns and that sort of thing. Our history goes hand in hand with our religion, so you will see that during the course of the year, how those two blend together so beautifully. Most importantly, we want to develop the whole person, their social, their spiritual selves, as well as working in a group together. Class rules: be nice, use your inside voices, use walking feet, and do not throw things. This year is a little bit different also, in that we do have our social distancing rules, and the kids are very good at knowing, I have to stay in my spot. People ask me all the time, how do you keep kindergartners with their masks on? And I have to tell you, your children don't give me a problem in the slightest. They keep their masks on. We take them off to eat, and then we put them right back on. So that's awesome. Our specials: Monday, we have library. Tuesday, we have nature studies, where we go outside and look for good God sightings. Wednesday, we have music. Thursday, we have computer. And Friday, we have mass as well as gym. So we're busy. It will be a great day, a great year. So I look forward to working with your children. I ask, if you have any questions, please jot them down. And when we meet later in the week on our Zoom call, we can discuss them then. So for now, God bless you all. Thank you for entrusting your children to us here at St. Anne's, and I'm looking forward to a fantastic year. Thank you. Have a good night.